the Dropbox document linked, but when I have a PDF file, it downloads it. But it's probably something with the browser. So
Okay.
never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I'm not a Google browser expert. Otherwise, I would try to help you.
That's why it's not important.
Excellent.
I see the signs on the PDF. So this is
perfect.
Okay.
Excellent. So this is now completed, right?
Right.
So I'm going to change the status to completed signed. So there are a few things here. So we've done what we really want to accomplish in this class, which is really great. We know exactly how to make and generate a new document. If we wanted to generate more, we could. We're able to proof that PDF, which, as you're seeing, is really similar to proofing an image.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. But let's think of some automation that we can put into this. And what I'm thinking is that we want to lock the rows automatically. So once it's signed, I don't want anybody accidentally overwriting any data. So as soon as someone flips it to this, I want it to lock that row.
Yeah.
So we're going to set that up. Have you done a lock automation before?
Yeah, I did it. Yeah.
Excellent. So that's one automation that we can do. I really like that. Manage workflows, lock when signed, and look at that. It's in here just in case, if in case we didn't have time to finish the class, which clearly we have plenty of time to discuss lots of things. So when it's marked as signed, lock it up. And I am actually going to disable that, and then I'm going to enable that, and then lock it. And when I save, that should be locked. Excellent. So this sheet has been updated with changes. Beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both are locked. All right. So I do have one more activity, but I want to make sure that, you've talked about the multiple use cases you have. Yeah. What are some questions that you want to talk through about how you plan on using this?
I mean the contract, the vendor, this what we learned about, this proofing and compiling. One thing is, in this, let's say, patient I have two ways to follow. One is, as you taught me before the lesson, is to ask them to fill, to update the line. So I have the information. I will put some other column, and I will ask them to have these symptoms and other information I need. And the other one, that was my first option. My first option was to transfer all the data in Excel and then make a print union with Word. But now I could and make them sign, because the problem is if they have to sign a paper. So I could do this, use this document creation, making a PDF, and then automating the compiling of all the PDF file, and then print the PDF file, and I have ready for them tomorrow morning for the test. So this is regarding the proofing. I can use the proof with my colleagues because they prepare. I'm not the one who prepared the contract, so they sometimes prepare. I can ask them, my administration, to prepare the contract, and then I can see if it's the right things they wrote in, and then ask proofing. This is quite interesting. I mean, I didn't use it before, the proofing. It's one of the things I learned in this course. So it's something really interesting to do. And
Oh, I'm really glad to hear that.
yeah. And the question is, actually, as I understood, even in the image proofing, you can proof only PDF and image. Is it right?
You can proof almost anything.
Can you proof Word documents?
Yes.
No. Yes.
So I actually used, I made that template for this class because I created this class with my teammate Robert, and I'm more comfortable in Word than I am in PDF in Acrobat. So I made a Microsoft Word document and
That's
transformed and
right.
changed it into a PDF. So if you would like to annotate the PDF, that's absolutely fine. You can certainly do that. If I open this into a larger window, you can
It's,
certainly annotate a Word document if that's easier for you. The reason that we specifically chose PDF for this class is because it is the easiest document for people to distribute, because not everybody has Microsoft Word. So we didn't want to use that for this class. But yes, you can
oh, I
annotate.
see. I see. I see. I'm trying to upload a Word document. Oh, great. Great. Oh, great. This is very interesting. So I can prove the Word documents. I have so many relations. I mean, a relation, no relation is documents of the projects. They send me, and I have to authorize them before they send. So it's very useful also in the Word.
Yeah,
So very interesting.
good. I'm glad. Essentially, you can proof anything. If you come up on a limitation that's something that isn't able to be proofed, let us know, because you should be able to proof anything.
Great.
Yeah,
Great. Hmm.
excellent.
I should come and work for you at the end of the course. I leave my 60 employees and they say bye-bye and go to America and I leave you there.
We have an office in London if you want to stay in Europe.
Oh, that's why where my daughter wants to go to study in London at the UCL. So if I decide to change my life, I come to you and ask for a job.
Fantastic,
But you
Alessandro.
you don't have an office in Italy, do you? I mean, because I saw that it's not very known in Italy's market yet, and it would be interesting to spread the word of Smartsheet in Italy. It would be
It
interesting.
would. I I mean, if you'd like, I could, because you're working for a nonprofit with the homeless
Yeah,
people in Rome, correct?
yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That's really interesting. If you want, I can ask my colleague if they wanted to ask you about what you're doing with Smartsheet and how it helps you help the people of Rome. That'd be really cool.
absolutely, absolutely. I'm on your disposal. I'm very, I already, let's say, I won this course, making an interview with some colleague of yours, asking to me how I use Smartsheet and things like this. And so he gave me this bonus training course, and I'm using it now. So there is this thing in the nonprofit sector. The nonprofit sector is quite it doesn't use technical things so much. And in fact, for example, we build a platform in Rome that now is used because in my society, I have uh, three people working on the informatics sector, and we build a platform that is used to manage all the service with homeless people. So we are a no-profit, but also IT, let's say IT organization. So I'm quite interested in letting the no-profit sector understand how it's important to have automation to help people better.
That's amazing. That's really, really cool, Alessandro.
Mm.
I I have such like a soft spot in my heart for that. After I graduated college, university, I did a year of volunteer work, and I was a teacher in a all boys middle school.
Mm.
So grades, there were about 10 to 13, 14-year-old boys, and in a community that was very underprivileged. So a lot of these boys, didn't always have a consistent home, not always with consistent, people in their lives. And so it was really, really nice to work with them and help tutor them rigorously enough to try and earn scholarships to prestigious high schools. So I loved it. So I love the work that you guys do. I give you so
Yeah.
much credit for it. I really do.
Thank you very much. I used to work for a telephone company in Italy before, and I used to work in the research, a national research center. So I was an informatic in my previous life. So I brought this in the non-profit sector, and there is a really need of working better. In one day with Smartsheet, I organized about 150 tests with only one sheet. It really helped me yesterday. I was thinking how to do it because I had to organize in one day all these tests, but moreover, I am at home because I'm in isolation because actually I'm COVID positive and I'm waiting 1 week to go out. So I have to do everything at home now. And really, Smartsheet I was telling to my wife, I really changed the way I could do.
That's amazing.
Sending email, I wrote the names of all the people that need the test, and just with one click, I could send them with using the curly graph I learned in the previous course. I could send them an email saying this is the exact hour you have to come tomorrow, and this is what you have booked, and that was really interesting. So I love it. Really. Thank you for this.
Oh, of course. I'm so glad to help. I mean, just trying to help, but just make people's lives easier makes me feel a little bit better about not volunteering anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Excellent. So I do have one more thing to try and make your life easier if you wanted to try that, Alessandro.
Yeah.
Excellent. So we're talking about a cost center. And as you know, you probably, a department has a cost center involved where their money is allocated, right?
Right.
But not everybody knows their cost center immediately. So what we're going to do is we're going to use index match. And I don't know, you've used index match in Smartsheet before or just Excel?
I did something, I think, in some sheets. I did something. So yes, but yeah.
Okay.
Let's go through.
Excellent. Because I know you said you're familiar with VLOOKUPs, and what I will say is that VLOOKUPs are great for Microsoft Excel, but because columns rotate so much or they can in Smartsheet, index match is more stable than a VLOOKUP because, again, as you know, in a VLOOKUP, you're counting the number of columns and then searching for that data. If you count the number of columns and they've moved, it might be 4 away instead of 5 away now. So it becomes a little less stable. So what we're going to do is I'm going to save this sheet. I'm going to go home for a second, and we're going to look at our cost center sheet. So we have our cost center numbers and the department number. So, I mean, these aren't real cost centers. They're just simple numbers. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go back to this Express contract sheet. And in this cell, here I'll zoom in super wide. I'm going to start with an equal sign. Then I'm going to type the word index. So we have 3 things that we need to build here. So the range, the row index, and the column index. We're just going to build the range in here. So I'm going to reference another sheet. And this is where one of your earlier questions might come into play. So I'm going to look up contract. I've got to scroll through. There we go. I've got to find my cost centers. And the first thing, the range that I want to look in is this cost center range. Now, by the way, when you are making cross-sheet references, I am going to say, make sure that you title your reference sheet, because otherwise it just becomes range 1 or range 2, and it can get lost. So I'm going to say cost center, and I'm going to say number. So I know this is the cost center number. Next, after I've selected this column, I'm going to click Insert Reference. Now, because I was referencing another sheet, actually, question for you. Usually I'm working with Americans, so when cross-sheet references appear, I get double curly brackets.
Yeah, I do the same, yeah.
Okay, great. That helps me. So after those double curly brackets, and those will only appear if you are making a cross-sheet reference, which is a nice symbolic indicator.
Okay.
I'm going to put a comma.
That is a semi-comma for me.
Excellent, semi-comma for you. The row index isn't going to be something I choose. It's going to be a new formula. So I'm going to do match and hit tab. Now, the value that I am going to be searching for is going to be whatever is in this cell. So I'm going to click on that cell. And notice it says MBF department at row. So basically, look at that cell and match that information, comma, to the other sheet. So we're going to do another cross-sheet reference. Before I go any further, are you with me so far?
Yeah, yes, I am.
Beautiful. So we want to look for whatever the marketing department is in the other sheet. And Smartsheet was smart enough to bring us back here.
Right.
So I'm going to now click department. And I'm going to delete range 1 and call it department. All right, let's insert that reference. Now, for some reason, my cursor is blinking in the wrong word, so I am going to have to go until I'm on the outside of that curly bracket.
Okay.
Once I'm on the outside of that curly bracket, I'm going to click comma,
Yeah.
and then we're going to enter the number 0, and that is going to bring us back only exact matches. So I'm going to put the number 0 in there. Smartsheet already closed up the formula for us, so then I'm going to press enter. And now I get the number 202.
Okay.
Did you get that number?
Yes, I did.
Excellent. And then we can convert this to a column formula. And now, anytime we bring in a department, their cost center automatically populates.
Okay, you think I'm gonna do the column formula now? You know I won't. Let's see. No, he did. It did.
It worked?
Yeah, it works.
Fantastic.
You talk to them. You change this up.
I did. I said, Alessandro needs this.
No, it works.
Wonderful. So when you said trying to reference other sheets, was this one of the things that could help you?
Yeah. I mean, so you looked for the index so of match, and then you return, let me understand, you return the 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 first column of the match, okay? Because index, as a number is a match department, and okay, if I had three columns, I could choose different another, for example, if I have cost center and I have another thing that is I don't know, number of people or whatever, I could decide the matching of one thing or the other, right? Yes, I think I got
Exactly.
it. I think I got it.
Excellent.
Yeah, yeah. Is a
So when
VLOOKUP more strong, right?
yes, it is. Well, that's because when you're doing a VLOOKUP, you're counting the number of columns. So let me do equals. So that lookup table and then the column number. So you're counting. If for whatever reason in my cost center department, I insert a column to the left,
That's right. That's what I was asking.
that's when a VLOOKUP would break in Smartsheet because it's so easy to move these around. No matter what way I order
Okay.
these, yeah, because as you know, in VLOOKUPs, you have to build from left to
Right.
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 I could do
Right.
any way I want here.
Okay, so if I make another column, let's say I say number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me understand. If I want to understand properly, I want to get the test number instead of the cost number. I should change this formula so I have match. How can I get the other column? The test one, because you choose cost center. Okay, okay, okay. So you decide, yeah, okay. So you decide the column you're gonna match with, right? Okay, got it. Okay.
You work through it?
Yeah. Okay.
Good.
I go into, okay. Oh, I have to save this, otherwise I won't see it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Sorry about that, but I wanted to, you know,
Excellent.
wait. Okay, got it.
Perfect. I'm glad. So when you were saying you're trying to reference other sheets, what are you trying to pull in from one sheet to another? Can you help me understand that so I can help you?
Yeah. Uh, let's say I would like trying to connect, uh, but it's something you have to think to. I mean, I'm, for example, if I have another sheet with a primary column, let's say that is an index, your ID, okay? Let's say I have another sheet with the same ID, okay? I would like, for example, could be useful with this. I could make another sheet and tell to this new sheet to look at the match, the index match of this column and keep the values from the other sheet. So yeah, it can work. It can work in this way.
Oh, great. I thought we were going to build something else, but I'm glad index match would work.
I think index could do some work of this, bring in some of the value from one cell to the other that is different from a report. But now there is something in my mind that I surely losing now, and then as we finish the lesson, say I had to ask her to end this. So it's quite a profound lesson. I mean, we learn so many things, so I have to settle down. But um, yeah, is the linking between two sheets that I have to go deep and in. It's something I do so much with Excel, and to link one sheet to the other. And so I have to see how this can work in Smartsheet. I think there is some, I don't know if there is a course from Excel to Smartsheet or something like that. But you know, there was some videos I saw about this, but it's all right for today. I mean, it's quite a lot for
That's
now.
okay. Yeah, because we've actually, and I think it's because it was just the two of us today, we've actually finished all of our activities. We set up the document builder just as
So,
we needed to.
great. So we have the
And
ice cream now. Ice cream.
pretty much. Yeah,
Okay.
we've completed everything. We even did the challenge activity. So that's why I'm curious, like, if there's anything you're trying to do to try and you're trying to work through that isn't quite doing it yet, I'm happy to try and figure that out with you while you have me on the phone.
Okay. 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 I mean, if I have something to ask you, can I ask to you? You're saying.
Yeah, right now. That's totally fine.
Okay. Um, okay, so I try to go to the work I'm doing now and see if there is something. Um, so what I wanted to do, you told me before, so that's could be all right. And there is something with modules that uh, I don't know now. I mean, I have to think about it, but I should collect some ideas, some maybe some questions, and maybe in the next lesson I ask you, because otherwise now I don't know. I would ask generally randomly, but you know,
Okay.
I should make a list about this.
Yeah. And do you want me to show you, so it's on the recording, what we talked about before the recording?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Great. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Okay. So what you have here is you have your patient's name, and we're just going to call this patient email. We'll make that a contact list, and we'll make sure that
Yeah,
this is set up.
that's one thing I had to do, because I understood today, because to send them an email, I had to make them as a contact list, not in the module, in the form. I asked them, I had to, this field, patient email, has to be a contact field. Otherwise, I cannot use it to send them, you know, an update or whatever it is. That's right.
That's right. It must be a contact field.
Right.
So I'm just going to delete this. We're going to start this from scratch. Okay. I'm going to make a form. And this form is going to have that person's name. We're going to make sure they give it to us. The patient email, maybe they have to type it in, might be required. We're not going to have it as a default value. So I'm actually going to remove that. They must type in their email address. And I want all of these items to come in automatically as a no, for follow-up for no, and then you decide if you're going to follow up with them, right?
Okay.
So we're going to mark this as hidden.
Okay.
We are going to give it a default value of no. And then I'm going to delete the symptoms. And you can rename this. You can give it a detailed description.
Okay.
I'm going to click Save. I'm going to open the form. And I'm going to type in Amy McKenna, Amy dot. It's a very long email for just a fake email address, Alessandro.
Okay.
Excellent. So I submitted my response. And if you want, what we can do is I'm going to copy this.
Can I ask you something? One thing.
Yeah.
When you make the form, one thing I always ask to me is why do I have to specify another time the email where to send me a copy of the module? That there's not a possibility to say send the module to the same email I wrote in the form. Sorry, not module, the form. So you see, send me a copy of my response. If you click this, I have to write again the email. So could be interesting having send a copy of my response to the same patient email. You know,
Yeah.
it's you have to write it down another email to send it the forms to. So this is something you have to do, right?
Yes, it is something you have to do. I would actually suggest you put that, we have a request enhancement form that you can fill
Yeah.
out, and that's a great example of a request enhancement.
Right. Okay.
Exactly. But we can even demonstrate this. I'm going to send you this link. I'm going to close this out. So I filled out the test. If you would like to, you can as well. We'll refresh. And my name is here right now. So let's pretend that you do want to follow up with me. Yes?
Yeah.
First, we're going to set up the automation. So I'm going to say, create a workflow. Update request. Follow-up update request.
Okay.
Yours is a checkbox. Mine is a drop-down. So I'm going to say, when a row is changed, it could be both. It could be added or changed, but we're going to just specifically choose when a row is changed.
Okay.
We're going to say when the follow-up changes to yes. Now for yours, it might be a checkbox.
Okay.
And I want to run this immediately when triggered.
Okay.
We're going to request an update, and we are going to send it not to a specific person. So here I have to pick the person that is going to receive all these notifications. That's not what we want.
No, right. Contact
We want,
right.
so the
Exactly.
patient email,
Right.
and then customize the message.
Right.
Maybe it is symptoms needed,
Right.
or survey symptoms needed, and you can fill out this update, this blank field.
Right.
Now, have you used double brackets before?
Absolutely. Today, absolutely. I've been loving them. And I've sent to every patient just like this. You have their name, you have the confirmation of your booking for the test at this time, at time, get the cell, double bracket cell time. You know, that was what changed my day, using the double brackets for this. Yeah, that's right. Because I put in the no, it was not an update, but was just it's not an update request. It was just how you call it, you know, an email sent. So when I click the box, send an email, it say your booking time is this, and I don't even need to add the field. I mean, another thing I saw that if I add the field, it gave me the ancestor field also. And that is another thing I found that was not very nice, because, you know, I have the ancestor field that, for example, is the date of all the tests. So I have the ancestor field that has in the primary column, I don't know, Wednesday, 29, 28. And then when I send this email, they give back, when I send the email in the automation process, it comes to my mail the line of the ancestor. I don't know if it's the right word, and then the line of the patient. So I don't know if I can delete the ancestor line. I mean,
so it's a good point, and that's in an alert. Let me finish showing you this one first, and then we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Okay. So we're asking people what their symptoms are. I'm going to come up to these three dots and the advanced options. This is where I choose only the information I want. I only want them to see their name, their email, and they might be able to change these, by the way, so we can talk about how to lock that down.
Right.
And I want them to change their symptoms, what their symptoms are.
Right.
Just that. I don't want them to see the follow-up. So I am going to click OK. I'm going to click Save. Now, am I still logged in as Alex Ramos? Beautiful. I am. Okay, good. I'm also going to put in Alex Ramos here.
Right.
And I'm going to put in Alex Ramos's email. And right now it's going to be a no.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, Alex does not have access to this sheet. Now, I know Alex's name appears here very nicely because she's in here before, but for all your patients, it's going to show up like this.
Right.
Just their name. Excellent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock the column for their name.
Okay.
And I'm going to lock the email. Now, I can still change mine, and Smartsheet is smart enough to know this is me right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say follow-up, yes, follow-up, yes, and click Save.
Okay.
We're going to let that load for a minute. I'm going to see if I can get the email. Excellent. Survey symptoms needed. So this way you're staying within any privacy rights. Hi, Amy. Let us know what your symptoms are. So I'm going to open the update form. This is very zoomed in. I'm sorry. Cough, scratchy throat.
Great. That's great. That's great. What I need.
And then Alex, so I don't have Alex, I don't have an email for Alex. I only have her Smartsheet. So in her notifications, she eventually will get a notification here because, of course, it's not working for me right now. Just when I want it to, it won't. Personal settings. Alex Ramos. All right. Alex Ramos should get a notification asking for an update.
Okay.
And she will then be able to give her symptoms. And what's really nice is that did it for me. So you don't have to do that again, Alessandro. And that person is able to give all of the symptoms here.
Great. This is very interesting.
And if you even want to go one step further, so you write as many symptoms as possible and then you put other. In the form, no, because that would be the form has conditional logic. Forms have conditional logic, update requests do not. I apologize, they are separate. I mixed up my features. But if it does have other, then that also lets you know that someone needs maybe a little bit more help and you can contact them directly. But in order to collect that information automatically, update request is going to be the best.
Great. One another question. I want to send them the document of the analysis. Is it possible? I mean, can I attach the analysis to the row and as I ask that something, let them, I think so. I think so. That's one of the things I do. If it's not
So,
a request, but it's I don't know how I called it. I don't know. Let me see my automation process in this.
So in this automation, I'm only asking them for these three fields.
Okay. Exactly.
But I could add that attachment.
I can add the attachment. I knew it was possible. That's right. That's my next step that
Yeah.
helped me so much, because if I can add the attachment, I can send them the results of the analysis in the email, and just with a click, and
Yeah.
that can be very, very, very useful.
So maybe, you have a column that says analysis attached, you attach it and then you make an automation that says, send them their results and give it to
Exactly.
them. There you are. But what I do want to make sure that we do talk about is that parent row.
Okay.
So I'm going to say parent, parent 2, test 1.
Parent, not Chester, right? Parent, it's the right word.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes. So you do have parents, you do have ancestors. You are totally correct there. So I'm just going to put in yes. Cancel. Anyway. So we do have a new feature in Smartsheet. And I'm going to go to create a workflow.
Right.
You are alerting someone. You are alerting someone, excuse me, I need to add that T.
Okay.
You are not requesting an update. So you might want to let them know when a row is changed, maybe
Okay.
when follow-up changes to yes.
Okay.
That's their appointment date. Now, you're not asking them for information. You are just informing them.
Okay.
Alert someone. Alert, oops, not everyone shared the sheet, the contacts in the cell, and that's the patient's
Okay.
email.
Right.
We have a new field down here. So
Yeah.
follow-up appointment, hi, name.
Okay.
And you're going to have your message here.
Okay.
Because I don't have the same information that you do.
Okay, that's fine. You lose a bracket, but it's all right.
Yes. So you probably have their appointment date, time, who they are going to see,
Exactly.
where they should. Now, instead of actually linking to the sheet and all of the fields,
yes.
you can now choose the option to just send them only the message.
Right.
Which is, I think, what you're looking for.
Yeah.
This way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I save this, and this is going to trigger 2 alerts again. I'm going to click save.
You lost a bracket, so your name. Oh, okay, we will not see the name. That's right.
We probably won't see the name because, like I said, I don't have a lot of information to share.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Let's see the balance. What happened?
We have symptoms needed, and then that asked me twice. Excellent. So this is the one that just happened. What did we title?
Update confirmation. Yeah.
So this is letting someone know that they added that information. That's the confirmation that they get. Oh, I now know why Alex wouldn't get that, of course. So, of course, it's not working right now. Manage the workflows, follow up, update request, edit. When rows are changed, follow up, run triggered, send to patient email, hi, name.
Change your permission setting for maybe no.
I do need to change that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's this bracket. Include just the message only. When the follow-up changes to yes, run that immediately. Save. Sometimes it takes 2 minutes for things to go through. So the good thing is that my update request has come through, which is nice because I don't know if you've also done update requests. If something has gone out to a patient and they have not responded, this little envelope will still be there.
Okay. I didn't notice.
So here's what's frustrating me right now, Alessandro, is
That is not arriving in the email.
It is not. And when rows are added, when rows are changed, and when the follow-up is changed to yes, send to the contacts in the cell. I want to alert someone. I don't know why this is not working for me. Oh, let's check. Fantastic. Okay, finally. So the follow-up appointment will only look like this now if you choose message only.
Okay. Okay. So I don't let them see the lines because if it's not an update, that's the idea. If it's not an update that they have to